Thanks for joining me on a quick tour as I create a web application with 2 clicks using SynApp2. The main thing I hope you take away from this presentation is a sense of the many details SynApp2 manages with efficiency and economy of effort. A SynApp2 project starts by defining a goal. Our goal will be to manage records and report details about the populations of major cities, those with at least 100,000 people, in countries around the world. I'll call the project Census. And here we see a database design that addresses that goal. With the database design translated into SQL code, the database instance is established on the web server. The rule that distinguishes a major city as having at least 100,000 persons is incorporated directly into the database definition. A naming convention, the most convenient of 3 mechanisms SynApp2 can use, conveys the table relations. Use of a column comment field to specify simple rules is one of several ways to get this done with SynApp2, and it happens to work with versions of MySQL that don't support constraints, and it easily ports to other database engines that SynApp2 works with, such as Oracle. Here we see SynApp2 settled on the PageGen tab of the application generator. I'll give SynApp2 a look at the database by typing its name and hitting the Enter key. Already we see that SynApp2 is picked up on the city table, and it so happens, of the 2 tables in our database, this is the one we want to focus on. We see page settings for input and output files related to city. The page status shows us the output files don't exist yet. The page flow panel reflects the relationship between the city and the country tables. I'll use the page flow panel to tell SynApp2 that I want the page we generate for city to have search, browse, and select facilities for country to be included as we work with city records. This is the only decision I'll make to shift the default behavior of the application generator. Okay, here we go. Click 1 to include country in the page flow, and click 2 to generate the application. The page status shows what happened. We have a complete web application for working with and reporting details of major cities in countries around the world, and we did it in 2 clicks using SynApp2. We can use the application immediately. And there it is. Let's take a look at what we got for our 2 clicks. Because we linked here from PageGen, we don't have to bother with login. I've established the database instance already populated with some data. Records can be introduced to your databases and manipulated by any means at your disposal. Let's take a whirlwind tour of the new application. Suppose we wanted to work with cities in Japan. Click the search icon. Japan is highlighted. I'll select it. We could add a new city. We could edit the selected city, which is Tokyo. If I reduce the value of the population and try to submit the form, we see the business rule that requires population to be greater than or equal to 100,000, which is what we defined for a major city. Close that. We can close this. I can reset the form and see all of the countries in the country table. We have controls to page down, to page up. We have dynamic sorting, ascending, descending, reset to default. We have cursor keys to move down, to move back up. We could add a new country. Form for that. If we attempt to delete New Zealand, we get a delete confirmation. But the system detects that there's 2 records for New Zealand in the city table and won't let us delete that. Orphan control. We'll close that. There's a lot of functionality for 2 clicks in this application. So now let's go and see what we have in the way of reports. From the Reports page, a subtab lets us choose the report we want. We have a form for searching and filtering, and a control for the download export feature. With the form empty, a click of the report icon produces a report with all available rows. Our PDF report is integrated with Adobe Reader and has a nice clean layout with a title, page numbering, headings, result columns from related tables, and shading of alternate rows. And I generated it all with just 2 clicks. That's pretty cool. That's SynApp2. Thanks for watching. Please join me again when I show you how to go from this to this. Reports from plain to fabulous in a few clicks using SynApp2.